Hello my fashion lovers, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we'll be looking at how to draft, how to cut and sew a corset dress. How to cut and sew a corset dress. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and put on your notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you'll be the first to watch. Let's go straight to the tutorial. We are going to draft the upper dress first before we start the down part. This is going to be my starting point. It's going to be my starting point to start the upper dress. I will draft it here, then cut it on the fabric. The length for the upper dress, the length I'm working with is 17 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. For the upper dress, the half length is 17 plus 1 inch sewing allowance, making it 18. And the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 15. 15 divided by 2 will give me 7.5. It's going to be a keyhole corset dress. Keyhole corset dress. 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And for the armhole, I'm taking 8 inches for the armhole that will connect. For the neck of the keyhole corset dress, I'll be taking 5 inches because I want the neck to, I'm using a boat neck. And the length I'm working with is going to be 2.5 for the keyhole corset dress. Please, if you have any question, ask in the comment section and I will connect. The bust length I'm working with is 10.5. The bust length I'm working with is 10.5. The underbust I'm working with is 14 inches. And the waist is 17 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance to make it 18. Let me connect the lines. And I will label. This is the chest line, this is the bust line, this is the underbust, and this is the waistline. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. When you divide it by 2, it will give you 3.5 plus half inch sewing allowance, making it 4 inches. Take it down to the waistline. Now connect. From this chest line, I'm going to come up by 1 inch because I wouldn't want the bust part to be exposed. I'll come up by 1 inch and I will connect. For the middle of my corset, for the center of my corset, I'm going to take half inch, because I wouldn't want the middle to be too exposed. I wouldn't want the middle to be too exposed. For the dart, I'm going to take 1.5 inch here, and from here I'm going to take 1 inch. Now mark it down 1 inch. This side will take 1.5. I'll take it down. I will connect from here. I'll connect to the bust point. And on this side, I'll connect to the bust point. From this chest line, I will take 1 inch on this side. Upper chest line, I will take 1 inch from here. And from here, I will take 1 inch on this side. And I will connect. Connect to the bust point. Connect this side to the bust point. From this side, the cup of this side, I'm going to connect from here on the bust to here for this side. And for this side, because this part of the bust is bigger, I'm going to go from this shoulder point. I'm going to go in by 1 inch. I'm going to go in by 1 inch to connect to the under bust point. You see what we have here. Now we're going to connect the neckline. Sweetheart neckline. That's what we are using for this. And from here, we connect to the connect to this point. Okay. And we'll take our measurements. The bust measurement I'm working with is 36 divided by 2. The bust measurement I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9, plus the 2 that I'm going to take out from here. I will add it here, plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I will add it here. The underbust I'm working with is 30. The underbust I'm working with is 30. 30 divided by 4 will give me 7.5. Plus the 1.5 inch I will take from here, and 1 inch, that's 2.5 inches. I will add it here. Plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I will add it here. The waist measurement I'm working with is 28. Divided by 4 will give me 7. Plus the 2.5 inch I will take out from here. I will impute it here. Plus 2 inches sewing allowance. I will impute it. I will connect. Connect it. We'll still come back to this keyhole neckline. We'll still come back to this. For my keyhole neckline, from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 5 inches. I'll connect the line. And from here, from the line, I'm going to connect to the armhole. I'm going to connect to the armhole. Connect to the armhole. So this part is going to be the part that will be open. This is the part that will be open for the keyhole neckline. I'm going to cut out these parts. I'm going to label it. This is cup A and this is cup B, so that when we are joining, it won't be difficult for us to join. Okay, so now make sure you label your cup so that when you are joining, it won't be difficult. With this, I'm going to use it to cut out the cup. This is our cup. And for the keyhole, let's cut the keyhole neckline. This is going to be our keyhole neckline. When we draft it on the paper, you're going to see it very well. When we draft it on the fabric, you're going to see it. Let's take the back before we cut it out on the fabric. For the back, the length I'm working with is 17 plus 1 is sewing allowance to make it 18. The back I'm drafting is going to be with the yoke. The back I'm drafting is going to be with the yoke. And I'm going to take the same neckline. The shoulder I'm working with is 15 divided by 2 will give you 7.5. And I will take 1 inch shoulder slope. Take my 8 inches armhole and connect the lines. The neckline I'm working with is the same with the front, 5 inches. And the length I'm working with is going to be 2 inches for the back neckline. And I will connect. Connect the shoulders loop. For the back, we don't need all those bust points on the bust. Just take your chest line. This is my chest line. Sorry for my marker. My chest line and my waist. For the dart I'm working with, is 4.5. That I'm working with 7. The dart I'm working with is 7 inches. The nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches divided by 2. It will give you 3.5 plus 1 inch sewing allowance. That is 4. Use it to get our darts. Take it down to the waistline. For the waistline, I will take 1/2 inch on this side and I will take 1/2 inch on this side. From the chest line, I'll come down by 1 inch and I'll connect my darts. Depending on how you want your yoke to be, depending on how long you want your yoke to be, I think for me, I will make my own yoke. For my yoke, I will get the middle of my elbow, 4 inches, and I will connect. I'll come here, rule a straight line. The bust measurement I'm working with is 36 divided by 4 will give me 9 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. The waist circumference I'm working with is 28 divided by 2 will give me 7 plus this 1/2 inch I'm going to take out. I will add it 1 inch plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Add it here. I'll connect. This is all we have for the back. The back is always very simple. Always very simple. And this is going to be my yoke. I want my yoke to be on a straight line. Cut. But this becomes my yoke. This is my yoke. All right, for the down part, which is going to be the skirt. The down part. For the down part of the keyhole corset dress, the down part of the length I'm working with, I've taken away 17 inches for the upper part, and for the down part is going to be 19. I plus 1 inch sewing allowance. You're going to deduct the half length from the remaining dress. I will connect. This is the down part. The skirt is going to be a short skirt. From my waist, this is going to be my waistline. From my waist to my hip is 9 inches. I rule the line. This is going to be my hemline. This is the hip. Forget about this line, please. Forget about this line. This is my hip line. The waist I'm working with is 28 divided by 2 will give me, divided by 4 will give me 7 inches plus 2 inches sewing allowance. The hip measurement I'm working with is 40 divided by 4 will give me 10 plus 2 inches sewing allowance. So what I have here is almost 12 and a half. And on the down part, I'm going to mark 10 inches because I want it to be in form of a pencil skirt. From here, I will connect with a straight line. And from here, I'm going to connect to the hip line. For my darts, the nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 3.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance will give me 4. And I will take, for the length of my darts, I will take 5 inches for the length. But because of the fabric I'm working with, I won't be needing this darts. But if you like, you can put that on your own. But for the fabric I'm working with, I'm not going to put that. That is optional. And I will cut. That is all for the skirt. Very simple. All for the down part. With this, I'm going to use it to draft the front, the back. With this, I'm going to use it to draft the back. For the back of the skirt, I'm going to place this on top, leaving my 1 inch zip allowance. Leaving my 1 inch zip allowance. Now cut. With this, I'm going to use it to cut my fabric. But first, let's cut the upper parts. For the cup, I finished cutting out. Leave your joining allowance. And when you are cutting, make sure you notch your bust point. Can you see? I notched my bust point so that when you are joining, it will be very easy for you to join. Notch your bust point. Notch your bust point so that when you are joining, it will be very easy for you to join. You take out one part from here, take out one part and join. And for the breast pouch, for the cup, I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using this hard wording for the cup. I'll be using this hard wording for the cup. This for the cup. I doubled it. Remember to notch your bust point. This is my bust point. I will notch it, the two, very important. So that when you're joining, you don't make any mistake in joining. Notch my, I've notched it. This is for the A part. I doubled it. This is for the A part. And for the second part, I'm going to double it again. For the second part, I will double and cut out. Notch my bust point. This is my bust point. I've notched my bust point. This is the B part of it. I will use my hemming gum to hold it. I'll use my hemming gum to hold it. This is the middle part. Make sure you leave your sewing allowance for the middle part. This is the middle part. Leave your sewing allowance to join. This for the sides where I will put the fixing the cup. Make sure you put your hairstay on the fabric so that you don't have folds. Put your hairstay so that you don't have folds. Iron your hairstay. After ironing my hairstay, I'm going to join these two parts together. Join the two parts together before fixing the cup here. Join the two parts together before fixing the cup. After joining, this is how it's going to look like. Then if you want to put your boning, you put your boning here. And the same way you cut your breast cup, that is the same way you're going to cut the lining you're going to use to turn it. And for this one, I'm going to iron it on top. I'm going to use my hemming gum and hold it. I'm going to use my hemming gum, put my hemming gum, iron it to the breast cup before joining it to the second part. I'll make use of my hemming gum, then attach it to this. Now, after joining the two breast cup, can you see? Can you see? After joining, this is how it will look like. After joining, this is how it will look like. I'm going to attach it to the, make sure that the line on the bust cup is the same thing with this. Make sure that it's on the same line. Make sure that it's on the same line. I will show you. When you finish the down part, you attach the keyhole neckline. Can you see it? You attach the keyhole neckline. Now I'm going to do the back. I'm going to attach the back and the down part of the skirt. I'm going to attach the down part of the skirt. See how the keyhole neckline is. See how the opening is. I'm going to attach the down part of the skirt. The skirt that we cut out. After putting the lining, I'm going to attach it.